Hi, guys. This is your host, Laura Powers, and I'm so excited to talk with you today about something that I've learned recently about that is really helpful. It's called tapping. It's short for emotional freedom technique, and tapping is a method of removing and clearing blocks and obstacles that are held in our body. So it uses principles very similar to like acupuncture or acupressure. And what happens is you tap on certain points in the body, and then you say the phrase that is a triggering one that you're trying to clear. And sometimes there's many phrases that you end up using that are related. So let's say that you have an example with body issues. Then you would find a phrase that sort of sums up whatever the body issue is for you, and then tap on key points while saying that phrase. And the idea is that then that helps release that as a place where the emotions are trapped in the body associated with that particular issue. So it's really amazing because you can use it for any kind of block. So whether it's like a physical block, pain, finances, relationships that are upsetting you, it's really very powerful. And I've noticed some big impacts on it when I use it for myself. One of the really great things about this too is that it doesn't take very much time. So it's great if you want to have some fast results without spending a lot of time working on clearing. So I want to go ahead and show you some of the basic principles of it and how to do it easily. So there's several tapping points, and one of the first ones is what they call the karate chop point, and you basically are hitting this part of your hand with that same place on the other part of your hand. So you would just tap like this, what's called the karate chop point. So that's the first one that I usually use. By the way, there's lots of books on this, and you can read all about it, find the different methods that work for you, but I'm just going over the method that I've used that's worked for me. So there's the karate chop point, then there's the eyebrow point, and you want to tap basically right at the edge of the eyebrow. I recommend tapping with 2 fingers because you're more likely to hit the spot that is the trigger point that way. Then the other one is the side of the eye. So literally like right at the edge of your eye. And you might even feel that there's like a little bit of soreness on some of these points when you tap, and that's normal actually. Other one is under the eye, and then below the nose and on the chin. Another one is the collarbone. And I'm going to adjust the camera just a little bit so that you can see it for the first time, and then I'll adjust it back for the rest of the video. But as you want to do just under the arms is one point, and then the rib cage. So just doing that right here under the rib cage. So I'm going to just be tapping those points when I'm doing the rest of the video, but I'm going to center the camera back so that you can see me better as I do the rest of it. So think of an issue that is an issue or that you want to work on, or you can just tap along to and repeat the phrases that I'm going to say. So the key with this is to say the phrase in a negative way. And I know that sounds funny because when you do affirmations, you want to do the opposite. You want to say whatever it is that's in a positive way to reinforce it. Because we're working on clearing the block itself, it's the opposite. We want to say whatever it is that is holding or triggering negative thoughts and feelings for us to release it. And by the way, I recommend doing affirmations in addition to this as well, but this is about clearing blocks, and then affirmations are about basically like reprogramming your mind. And I think both are important. So tapping EFT helps with clearing out the junk that's getting in the way so that you can make it more easy to program your mind and your consciousness in the way that you want it to be programmed. So let's take an example. So we gave the body image one as an example. So you would say the phrase, then you would tap on each of those points, and it releases it. One important thing to do is to tune in and figure out what is your rating. So basically from 1 to 10, how bad do you feel about this particular topic? So think about it in advance. So if I have body image issues, how poorly do I feel about my body? So let's say maybe it's a 3 or maybe it's an 8. And what you want to do is get it down to 0 or at least lower. And it can take a while to shift, even though it happens relatively quickly. Sometimes there's only so much we can kind of process at a time. So if you like are doing it and you just suddenly feel like a big energy release and you feel exhausted, that might be time for you to pause and maybe come back to it at a later point in order to get that number down to 0. So let's say the body image. So just take a moment for yourself. Think about what is your rating for that particular question, and then we're going to tap on it. So let's start with, again, the karate chop point. Oh, and the last one, which I forgot to mention, is the crown of the head. So that's the one I always follow up with. So first one, karate chop point. Even though I don't love my body, I completely love and accept myself. And you might want to do it more than once, or you could just do it one time on each point. But let's just do it twice for each one since we're practicing. Even though I don't love my body, I completely love and accept myself. All right, so let's move on to the eyebrow point. Even though I don't love my body, I completely love and accept myself. Even though I don't love my body, I completely love and accept myself. Even though I don't love my body, I completely love and accept myself. Even though I don't love my body, I completely love and accept myself. Even though I don't love my body, I completely love and accept myself. Even though I don't love my body, I completely love and accept myself. Even though I don't love my body, and by the way, I'm doing the under the arms, I completely love and accept myself. Now for under the rib cage, even though I don't love my body, I completely love and accept myself. Even though I don't love my body, I completely love and accept myself. And then the crown, even though I don't love my body, I completely love and accept myself. Even though I don't love my body, I completely love and accept myself. It's important to say that I completely love and accept myself because that's part of the reprogramming part. Now, what you want to do after you've done it once or twice is pause and rate again. So has that number shifted? If it hasn't, you might want to keep doing it. Some of these, if they're like intense issues for us emotionally or energetically, it can take a little bit of time for us to, clear it, or it might happen very quickly. So it depends on the person and the issue. So let's look another one. I think a common block is finances. So let's look at the example of not believing that you can have a lot of money. So let's start with, even though I don't believe it's possible for me to be wealthy, I completely love and accept myself. Even though I don't believe it's possible for me to be wealthy, I completely love and accept myself. Even though I don't believe it's possible for me to be wealthy, I completely love and accept myself. Even though I don't believe it's possible for me to be wealthy, I completely love and accept myself. Even though I don't believe it's possible for me to be wealthy, I completely love and accept myself. Even though I don't believe it's possible for me to be wealthy, I completely love and accept myself. Even though I don't believe it's possible for me to be wealthy, I completely love and accept myself. Even though I don't believe it's possible for me to be wealthy, I completely love and accept myself. Even though I don't believe it's possible for me to be wealthy, I completely love and accept myself. Even though I don't believe it's possible for me to be wealthy, I completely love and accept myself. We'll just stick to one now. Even though I don't believe it's possible for me to be wealthy, I completely love and accept myself. Even though I don't believe it's possible for me to be wealthy, I completely love and accept myself. So this is a wonderful thing to do. By the way, if you don't do it exactly or you don't forget, you don't remember all the points, it's still going to help. I think when you're beginning, you can look over a sheet or, watch this video and walk yourself through it. But then you can do it on your own and find phrases that work for you. You may find multiple phrases that relate to the similar topic. So for example, if you're looking at money and maybe about how much money you can have, that there's a belief limitation or that you don't deserve it, et cetera, et cetera. So tap on related issues and it really does make a difference. Another important thing is to drink lots of water before and after you're doing this, because essentially you are flushing a lot of toxic emotions and beliefs, and you want to use the water and make sure you have enough hydration to help flush all that out, because basically your body still has to process it out. So I hope this has been helpful for you. If you want to read a book about this, I do recommend The Tapping Solution by Nick Ortner. I think it gives some easy to follow instructions and also some stories to help you understand how it works. I've had really amazing results myself with using tapping on a particular issue and then immediately having some things shift. That was pretty big. So good luck to you. I've also created a blog post on this topic that you can watch. It's on my website, which is healingpowers.net on the blog page. And good luck. Best of luck to everybody. And just know that it is possible to shift your beliefs and patterns and have so much more than you probably think is possible.